It is Monday the 20th of April. It is our Freestyle Fitness yoga Monday evening. I'm just going to wait for you. Hi Vic. Oh. Hiya. For quote's sake. Oh, don't know who you are. New person. Hiya Satu. So, there's someone coming. I don't think anyone's coming there. Hiya. Yes, so I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in. Just to make sure, turn that music a little. That you've got enough space, and I did say you might need something like a block or a pillow for our last one. Oh, I got someone. Hello, Kevin. Hello. Old school friend there. I'm meeting a lot of old school friends, or seeing a lot of old school friends online. Oh, Cardi's black forever. That's St. Paul's do that. St. Paul's goes forever. Cardi's forever. So, our house rules, I'll do them while people are coming in. Make sure that you don't have any high blood pressure, low blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems, especially slip discs. This is not really the class for it. I don't know what came up there, something like tap. But I do one tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, on a Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock, and a Thursday morning. And one's a chair yoga, tomorrow's a chair yoga, and then Thursday morning is an adapted yoga. So it's a little bit nicer than tonight's class. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to wave. So make sure that you're physically able to do this class. It's we're week or session 9 of our class, because we're in week 4 of lockdown. So, but it's this is our 9th session. So we're getting a bit better and a bit more flowy. So if you've just joining us today, it's your first time, don't worry, take your time. If you need to stop, you can stop at any time. Make sure that you've got enough room around you, that you're not going to kick or hit anything, and that you've got a drink if you need it. You can have a coffee if you want, or water. I've got my water somewhere as well. So just make sure that you've got something that you're not going to slip on. So you don't want to be on a stone floor, because when you start to move your hands, they'll slip away. So you need to make sure that you've got something that you're not going to slip on. Say that, my feet still slip. So I'm going to get everybody who wants to up on your feet. I am going to try and make these and bring these ones into my yoga, so Mari's yoga session part of my Facebook. But learning, so I'm getting there. So, first we're going to do is to make sure that our legs are in line with our hips, they're in the right place, we've got a nice base. So if we start with our legs in line with our hips, so if you use your fist between your knees, that gives you a good indicator. Ooh, I've got this coming. Hi Michael. Yeah, so that gives you a good indicator of where your feet need to be, and they should be facing forward, not outwards. If you lift your toes really hard, you'll feel the kneecaps start to lift upwards, and you'll feel the muscle at the front of the thigh tighten. Try and keep that tight, but put the toes down. Then if you think about your inside thigh muscles, imagine squeezing your legs together so that they tighten up, and then squeeze your bum muscle, and then you'll find that the back muscle will come in, and then you'll find the outside muscle tighten as well. Make sure that your feet are not dropping in, that they're pushing out through the outside, that you're keeping that bridge lifted, but you're not squeezing your toes, they're nice and relaxed. Your pelvic floor, imagine that you're in a lift and you want to stop yourself from breaking wind, so the little sphincter muscle, pull that in. At the front, imagine you want to have a wee and you want to stop yourself from having a wee, and pull that in, hold it. Then this area here, as you breathe out, pull the muscle backwards, but you should still be able to breathe. Now we're going to just do some breathing as we move our neck. And it's just going to be a small breath, so it's just using the top here. We're not going right the way down to this area here, it's just the upper area. Sorry, I've got a bit of a frog. So hands pointing forward, stretch the fingers out. We're going to breathe out and bring the chin down. We're going to breathe in, bring the head back. And we're doing 4 of these, and these are just so that we can get the neck to loosen up. If you've been on your phone all day or you've been sitting on a computer, then you'll tend to be pulling the head forward. So we just want to move them back and forward with our breath. And then we're going to bring it back to where it feels centre. We're then going to just tick-tock the head from side to side. All the time we're doing this, we're having a feel, because you'll feel it stretching. It might come up through your ear, it might come up through the back of the head. There's all the tension that we carry all day seems to come around our neck and shoulders. And then we're going to bring it back to centre. So we're going to turn and look over our shoulder, but we're keeping our chin in line. We're not letting it drop, we're not lifting it up, we're not pushing too far. And again with this you might feel it across the jaw, diagonally, again into them shoulders. And it's just making sure that the neck is moving in every direction that it's supposed to. And we're bringing it back to centre. So we're going to work the same areas down here. We're going to lift our arms up, breathe in, reach back, then bend the knees, breathe out, swing the arms behind. Breathe in to lift up, push back. We're breathing out, we're breathing in. And this is starting to work the front and the back of the body. Starting to wake up the arms and the shoulders. Wake up the knees and the spine. And we're going to do one more. We're bringing it up, we're bringing it down. So from here, we're going to turn and look over our shoulder. I'll turn this way. You're going to turn and you're going to breathe out here. You're going to find something in line with you. So not looking down, I'm looking down at the thing, but you want to look in line with your eyes as you're going round. Then you go to the other side, you breathe out here. Don't worry so much about breathing in, just breathe out. As soon as you stop breathing out, you're breathing. So, here we go. Breathe out, breathe out. Try and get that breath out through the nose. If you feel dizzy, just hold it, don't keep moving. And with this, you'll feel it working through the ankles, through diagonal, through the knees, through the hips, through the waist. Again, them shoulders, that chest, that back is coming in, but on a diagonal. Now turn round. And then we're bringing it back to centre, and if the body keeps going, we let it go until it wants to stop. So we're going to move sideways and work the side muscles here. We're starting with your left. I'm backwards in the screen. So you're turning the thumb back, you're bringing the palm up, you're breathing in and you're breathing out to reach over. Then you're breathing in to this top lung. So you're breathing in to your left lung. You're breathing out through the right lung. Breathe in, stretch that arm. Breathe out, bring it down. Now you're turning the thumb down. You're bringing the other one up and it turns up. You're breathing in, you're breathing out. Breathe into this side, stretch. Breathe out, let it relax. Breathe in, stretch the arm. Breathing out, bringing it down, but at the same time bringing that arm up. Breathe in and breathing out. Breathe into that top lung. breathe out through the bottom. Feel that stretch through here. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep the head in line, don't let it drop. Keep that chin tucked in. And we're doing one more on each side. Keep the feet flat on the floor, don't let them lift. And then bringing that hand down. Lovely. So, let's work, that's fine, let's give it a bit of a shake. We're going to take the pelvis underneath, bring the shoulders forward, push the stomach back, push the hands forward as we breathe out. As we breathe in, we're tilting the pelvis back, bringing the arms back, looking up. Okay? So we're going to do 4 back, 4 forward. So taking the feet out, turning them out. Think about your hips tucking under, your stomach pulling back, your shoulders coming in. Push them hands out, breathe out. Breathe in, everything tilts back in the opposite direction. Our last one. And with this you'll feel it working and stretching through the front of the chest, the back of the chest, and then you'll feel it here. So from here, we're going to lift our hips up to the side. So we're just moving and working this area here. Just up and down. Just to loosen up the muscles around the hips. And then we're going to bring it to centre. We're going to take it forward and move it round in a circle. Now your circle will be little or big, it just depends on how much movement you've got through this area. And then we're going to bring it back to the front, but then we're going to go in the opposite direction. Now we can't do a circle on our neck. Our spine isn't a ball and socket. So doing it around the neck, there's a lot of crunching and flicking, whereas round the hips, there's a lot more give through them muscles, so they give a little bit better rather than the neck. So again, we're going to bring it back to the centre, and we're going to bring ourselves back to a straight position. We're bringing our weight over onto our left foot, sorry. If you need to, hold something. Tighten up the muscles in that leg. Imagine squeezing the inner thigh so that you tighten up the muscle there. Pulling that pelvic floor. Flex your foot. Bring it forwards and backwards. Keep it forward when it's going back. You don't want the toes turning out. Keep them pointing forwards. We'll do it this way. We're keeping that upper body nice and straight. It's just that hip that's moving. And I think this is our last one. My counting is rubbish. I tried to do 8, so count yourself because it's a lot easier and a lot better than me counting. So tighten up the leg that you're going to stand on, pull everything in, and then bringing that foot forwards and backwards. Now you can lock this knee because you're not putting any pressure on it, but the leg you're standing on, don't lock that. Tighten up the muscles around the knee, but keep the knee relaxed. Yeah, I started talking. I think that's 8, but it might not be. It might be a bit 9 or 10. So we're taking it across the body this time. So again, bringing the weight over to your left, tighten up the muscles, flex the foot, bring it across the body and out to the side. Again, keeping them toes forward, don't turn them out. Again, you don't have to reach over. It only has to be a little bit. But you want to cross it so that you're stretching the inside and outside of the leg. Whereas the other way was doing forwards and backwards as well. So again, we're moving them hips into all the positions, all the movements that it can do, forward, backwards, side to side. It can go round in a circle. A lot harder to do that with our legs. And then bring it down. So move your weight over, tighten all the muscles up, flex the foot, bring it out and across. And bring it back under. Lovely. So making sure them legs are in line with your hips, we're going to take it into a chair pose and then we're going to take it up into a divers. So with chair, keeping the knees in line, you don't want them going out, but you want to tilt your pelvis backwards, pull your shoulders back, tuck your chin in, and imagine sitting down into an imaginary chair. So the shoulders come back, the chin's in. Then you're going to try and lift the arms up in line with the head, palms facing each other. Shoulders are coming back, you're pushing down into that imaginary chair. Now you're going to breathe in, you're going to lift up, and you're going to imagine someone's grabbing your hands and they're pulling you up onto your tiptoes. Then you're going to sit back down, tilt that pelvis, sit back into your imaginary chair. Breathe in, lifting up. And breathing out, sitting back. So we're going to do one more up, or the 2 more up and 2 more down. Lift. So now we're going into the last one. So sitting back, really sit back. Then lift all the way up. And bring the arms down. Good. So we're taking it into a forward bend, half bend, then full bend. If you have to, you can put your hands on your legs. You can have your hands on your hips. You can take your arms out like me. Now, what you don't want is that back. You want to keep it nice and straight here. You don't want to curl over or pull your shoulders up. If that happens, bend your knees, push your chest down, pull your shoulders and everything back so that you're in line. Okay, so it's up to you which way you want to do it. I'm going into the harder version. Do whatever's better for you, not what I'm doing. So, we're going to take the arms up. We're going to stretch out. We're holding it here. Squeeze that stomach muscle. Bring it in. Breathe in, lift up. Reach back. Breathe out, go forward. Tuck that chin in. Stretch as if someone's pulling you up on one way, pulling your arms the other. Breathe in, lift up. 2 more. And our last one. So with this you'll feel them hamstrings starting to work. Bring the arms back down. So we're taking it all the way to the floor. So again, if you can't get to the floor, you can use a block. You can let your hands dangle. They don't have to touch anywhere. With this, we're lifting up, but we're going to swan dive down. So we're taking our arms out. We're sticking our bum back. We're breathing out, keeping that back straight. Letting the head drop down. Then we're lifting the head. We're lifting the arms. We're breathing in to lift up. 3 more. Breathe out. Feel them back to the legs stretching. So like I said, if the hands don't go down, it's not a big issue. We want to keep them legs straight because we want to stretch them hamstrings. We want to stretch that bum muscle. Breathe out. Squeeze the stomach backwards. Let the head drop. Breathe in to lift. Our last one. We're going to stay down here. Breathe out. So we're staying here. Now, again, if you need to, you can have your hands on your legs if you have to. Or you can put them on a block, whatever feels better for you. If we start with your right hand, because I'm going towards the screen, breathe in, lift the arm towards the ceiling. If that's too much, you can always put your arm down here. Breathe out, bring it down. So we're going to breathe in and lift to the other side. And this is stretching right through the rib cage. Breathe out, bring it down. Lift the head, breathe in, lift up. So we're going to go down again, but we're going to start with your left side first. Breathe out, take it down. Breathe in, lift to your left. Breathing out to bring it down. Breathe in, lift to your right. Breathe out to bring it down. Lift the head, breathe in. We're doing 2 more. And our last one. Reach back, step the legs apart, take the arms out. So we're going to bring your right hand down towards your left leg, left hand towards your right leg, both hands towards both legs, pull yourself through, okay? So, let's start with your right hand. As you breathe out, with the feet facing forward, take it down. If you can, give yourself a bit of a pull. Again, if you want, you can always drop that arm or lift it up. On the next breath out, you're reaching across to the other side. On the next breath out, you're grabbing the legs, you're pulling yourself through your legs. And as you breathe in, you're lifting back up. So we're going to go the other side first. So we're starting with your left hand, breathing out, pull the body round. Breathe out, pull the body round. Breathe out, pull the body through. Breathe in, lift. One more each side. Here we go. And then from here, jump your feet together. Lovely. So let's get ourselves into sun salutation. Let me just grab a drink. So, with this, I'm so raw for that. We're going to start with sun salutation. So it's a jumping one, we're doing it 4 times. If you can't jump, step. If you need to, put your knees down. Do with whatever's good for you. When we come into Cobra, make sure your shoulders are not up, that they're pulling back. Even if you have to drop into Sphinx and bring the arms down. If you're thinking, what the hell is Sphinx? You'll have to go back on some of my other ones to catch that, or catch me on another day when I'm doing them and I'll show you. Or even email me, text me, DM me, whatever it's called, and I will go through it with you personally if you need to. So, bringing ourselves to the front of your mat. You're going to get everything yourself into mountain pose, so bringing everything in, tighten everything up. Shoulders back and down. Bring the hands together in prayer. Squeeze the hands together. Breathe in, lift the arms and reach back. Then as you breathe out, you're taking it into a full bend. Then you're breathing, you're going into a half bend. So it'll be here, or if your hands are down, you can keep them down. Now, you can step, or you're jumping back and pushing into down dog. It's a lot simpler than going straight into thing. It protects your back a lot better. You're going to come up onto your tiptoes and you're going to roll forward onto your hands to plank. Keeping the bum in the air, drop the chest, bring the chest down, pull back. Lift the knees if you can into up dog. Now we're going back into down dog. You're going to look forward, bend your knees, and then if you can, you're jumping, if not stepping, bringing the feet in. Straighten the legs, drop into a forward bend. Breathe in, lift up. Here we go again. Breathing out. Breathe into that half bend. Breathe out as you're jumping back to down dog. Breathe in as you're coming up onto the tiptoes. Breathe out as you're bringing it to plank. And breathing in into up dog. Breathe out into down dog. Breathe in as you're bending the knees. Breathe out into full bend. And breathe in to lift up. So here we go. Last one. Bring the hands together, breathe out to bring it down. So, we should feel nice and warm. The first bit just gets all the joints, all the muscles, all the ligaments ready. This one warms us up. Now we can move into our flow. So, we've been doing it over the week. Like I said, we're on week 9. Well, we've 9th time that we've done this, because we do Monday and a Thursday. So, again, I'm going to move through it, but not as slow as I did the first time. I'm getting a bit quicker each time. If you stand at the front of your mat, we're going to start on your left leg, and you're going to get your right leg ready. You're going to bring the arms up, and they're facing each other. Shoulders pulling down. Bring the weight up. Kick that leg out. Step it back. Place it flat on the floor. So move up that way. So you're not up on your tiptoes, you're trying to push it down, but you're trying to get the feet forward. You're pushing into the knee, turning the hands to the front. Imagine you've got a pair of balls in your hands and pull them down, but pull the elbows back. Warrior 1, sorry. From here, we're dropping the arms, we're turning round. We're pushing into that front knee. We have to move that back leg back, we do. We don't want the knee dropping in, we don't want it going over the foot. We don't want to lean forward. We're kind of either keeping it straight or leaning back a little. This is warrior 2. From here, we're going to reach forward, bring our arm down. Remember, you can, if you want, lean or push the leg back. Lift that arm over the head. Look up towards the hand. Reach out. From there, we're straightening that front leg. We're letting our body slide down. Remember, breathe into that top one. Breathe out through the bottom. Into triangle, sorry. Bend the knee. Lift up. Reach back. Dropping the hand to the back. Lift the other one at the front. Into a reverse warrior. Lovely stretch through the front of the body. We're bringing it down. We're bringing our arm round. We're coming onto our tiptoe at the back. We're reaching our arms out here or back, wherever you want. And we're leaning over the foot. From there, bringing all the weight to that front leg. We're lifting the back leg off. Head between the arms if you can. Or like I said, back this way if you need to. From there, we're coming back up. So let's try the other side. Move the weight. Lift the foot, flex it, kick it out, step it back. Push into that front leg, drop them arms, grab them balls. Open out the arms, turn the body round, push to the front knee, make sure that you're pulling back, lift that head up. Reach forward as if you're being fired. Take the arm down, take the arm over. Use that hand to push back. Look up, stretch out. Straighten the leg. Bring the arm up. Keep pushing that left hip backwards. Bend the knee. Reverse it. Bring it forward, bring the hand round onto the tiptoe, move forward, straighten the front leg, lift that leg at the back. Bring it up. Okay, and we're going to go a bit faster without me talking. Here we go. Weight over to your left leg. As soon as you're down, you're moving. Bring it down. Lovely. Give yourself a clap. So we're going to try and get faster with that as we go on. Like I said, we're on week 9 now, so we've only got a couple more weeks left before I change this flow completely and we start something else, which everybody says is a lot harder. So get used to this one. So let's take it into our next bit. Where am I now? Ooh, squat. Goddess pose, but if you're a man, you can call it God pose. It's up to you. So, taking your feet apart wider than your hips. Turn your toes out. You're going to place your hands on your hips and start shoulders back. You're dropping your hips down. Now, you don't want your bum sticking out, so it's not a squat. We're keeping our bum up. We're not letting our knees drop in. We're keeping them pushing out. If you want to, you can have the hands against the legs. Pull the shoulders back. Let your body just drop here. And then we're going to bring it back up again. So we're going to take it down again. We're keeping them toes pointing out. We're turning the knees out. We're pulling them back. If we can, we take the arms out to the side, turn the palms up, tuck the chin in. Let yourself just drop. Make sure them shoulders don't lift, that you're not leaning forward. And then we're bringing it up, bringing the arms down. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do a bit of a twist. You can watch first if you want. So, bringing ourselves down, we're placing our hands back here. We're going to bring your right shoulder toward your left knee as you're breathing out. Then you're going to breathe in and lift back up, and we're going to do the other side. Okay? So, holding the legs, don't let them drop in, keep pushing them out, shoulders back. Breathe out, start with your right shoulder, breathe out, bring it down, feel that stretch through the back. When you need to breathe in, lift back up. Let's change side. Breathe out. Lovely stretch through the back, lower back. Breathe in. Always better the second time. Here we go. Breathe out. Breathing in. Oh, in fact, wait for you to work with your breath, don't work with mine. So breathing out, bring it across. Breathe it in, lift it up. Lift the body up. Turn the feet in, give yourself a little shake. So we're going to take it into a bit of a stretch again for them inner thighs and more of a squat this time. So with this, we're turning our left foot out away from us, and then you're going to bring your hand down and stretch the foot. So if I do it this way so you can see what's happening with that foot. So if we turn the other foot, so bring yourself from there, bring yourself back up. Now you're going to again turn the other foot out, so it's turning away. The other foot's playing straight. You're pushing into that knee, but you don't want the knee to go past the foot. So you may want to take that foot back at the back and you're pushing, but you want to make sure it's sort of in line or just behind that foot. You're bringing it up, you're turning it in, you're turning the other one out, you're pushing forward. And again, just checking that stance. Bring it back up. Turn the foot in. Let's bring it over. You'll feel this stretch on the inside of the other thigh. Bring it up, turn it in. Let's go over. And bring it up. So we're going to see if we can go a little bit lower towards the floor. So I'm turning this way, because otherwise I can't. You won't see what I'm doing, I'll be in there. So we're turning the foot out. We're bringing it down, but we're seeing if we can bring our hand to the floor. Turn, and we're turning the other toe up. There we go. So, if I do it this way first, we're turning, bringing the hand down, pushing with our arm against our knee, and then we're turning on the side. As we turn on the side, that foot will come up, if it can. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. So from here, we're turning the foot out, we're going down if we can. We're pushing against the knee, bringing that foot up. Feel that stretch on the inner thighs. So we're coming up, we're going across, We're pushing against there. We're turning, if that knee heel lifts, it lifts. And we're lifting the toes the other side. We're coming up, going across, pulling up. Coming across, pulling up. Coming across, pulling up. We're going to do one more on each side. And our last one. And then from here, drop yourself onto your bum. So, on here, I say so many times, I've got to stop saying so. Bring your feet and try and get them out as far as they go. But you want to, if I go this way, so you're bringing them out as far as you can. Now, with your bum, you're going to place your hands on the floor and you're lifting. You should be able to kind of move your bum backwards and forwards. You're going to try and move your bum back so that it's kind of that way. You can always get a cushion, stick it under your bum so that it kind of throws your pelvis forward. You don't want it tilting back, so you want it tilting forward. Okay. So, with it tilted forward, pull your toes back. So you want your toes back, you don't want them pointing down, so you want them up that way. Up that way, not that way. So, we took them out as far as we can go. We're pulling them back. We're taking our arms out, we're pulling our belly in. And we're just leaning forward. Hold it there, tuck your chin in. Breathe. Now with this, you're breathing into your back. You'll hear a lot of pain on the news, breathing into your back. So think about breathing right into this area from here. So as you breathe in, it comes all the way up and it stretches out the shoulder blades. As you breathe out, you should feel as if you want to relax down. So we're going to breathe in, lift, and breathe out, bring the arms down. So we'll see if we can move them legs a little bit more. You'd be surprised, they may go. We'll do it the other way around. So taking them legs out, tilting that pelvis backwards, lift up, breathe in, breathe out, reach forward. Tuck the chin in, reach them hands, breathe in up the back, breathe out from the belly. Keep them toes pulling back, don't let them roll in, keep them pushing away. And then lift, bring the arms down. Bring them legs together, and that should be like, ah. So we're going to bring it into a figure four. Now, if you bend your knees, you're going to flex your left foot and place your left foot on your right knee. Then with your hands at the back, you're going to pull your shoulders down. You're going to try and push yourself closer into your leg, and you'll feel the hip on the other side really work. So it's really, you're kind of pushing yourself in towards your leg. Okay, it won't be comfortable. I'm not saying it is. It's the way that our hip does not like to go. And then we're bringing the foot off. So we're going to try the other side. So flexing the foot, bringing it, place it on your knee, keep it flexed, don't let it just drop down. Hands at the back, shoulders back, push yourself in. Pull that knee in if you get that foot in if you can. Push a bit closer. You'll get to a point where you'll feel it right there and you'll think, oh, that's as far as I can go. And that's as far as you go. And we're going to do one more on each side. So flex it, bring it up, pull the leg in if you can, move your bum in, push your chest towards your foot, flex your foot. And let's do a change last time. Bringing it up, pull it back, pull the bum in, push the chest in. And then bring it down. So we're bringing it into our last one before I get you to lie down. Now this is possibly one of the hardest things to do in yoga, which is lotus position. Everybody thinks standing on your heads and on your hands and on your elbows, bird of paradise, all of them, people always think they are the hardest, but they are achievable for majority of people. It's strength and also a bit of bravery, because it's fear that stops most of us doing most of them. This one has to do with the flexibility from your ankle, your knee and your hip. And for some people, they will never get into it because their hip says no. It depends on how far it can rotate around the hip. So you may never be able to get into it. So, but never force it. So with this, we just sit. We put ourselves in the position and we sit. But you can make it as nice as possible. So you can always start out with just one foot out, and you can have that foot flat. You can have this foot here. If it won't go there, you can get a pillow and you can just raise it a little bit. You can have a block and you're just raising it, and that might be, and not for some people, that might be just all you can do, because it really hurts, and it really hurts the knees and it really hurts the ankles. So you have to go with what you can. If you can, the other leg, you're just trying to pull it under as if you were doing cross-legged. Now, this leg at the front, if we're here and you're okay, you want to try and first get the foot up onto the calf. Again, it might be that you can only get it onto a cushion at the front of it, or a block, anything, but you're just trying to get it a little bit higher. If you can get it a bit higher, you try and pull it up and bring it into the top of your thigh here. Now, we're just going to sit here and let the leg drop. So again, you might find you might need to put blocks or anything underneath this knee because it's up in the air and it really hurts. So again, you just want it to relax. You want it to stay there and you want it to feel nice. And these things can be done while you're watching the telly. So they're great things to do while we're just waiting. Now, you've got to do something while you're sitting here because it's quite boring. And if I just sat here talking to you, I would bore the hell out of you. So what you can do is do a little bit of acupressure on your toes, which helps to bring blood towards your toes and also helps with circulation problems. But if our toes are in our shoes the whole time, instead of having nice straight toes, especially if you wear heels, ladies, then your toes push to the front and you end up with a bit of a toe that goes like that. What we need to do is kind of give it a little pull it back out. So with your toe that's up in the air, you're going to pinch your big toe and you're going to give it a little pull. Don't yank it completely off. We don't want to break it. But you just want to give it a little pull and you'll feel it stretch. You may feel a conk as well. And then you're just going to circle it. Bring it in a circle in one direction and bring it in a circle in the other direction. So we're working that joint in there. We're going to move then to the next toe. Again, we're going to pinch the top of it. We're going to give it a little pull. And we're just circling it in one direction and circulating in the other. We're moving down to our middle toe. We're giving it a little pull. We're giving it a little circle. And again, all we're doing is we're just working the joints of the toes, giving them a little space so that they can open up and hopefully the synovial fluid's in there. So we're moving down. And then to our little toe, pinch it, pull it, give it a little circle. and then we're going to change our legs. Now, it should have kind of felt okay now. The minute you take your leg out, that's when the pain comes. It's like, ah! And it's as if you can feel blood rushing down this leg and into the joints, which is good because we want the blood to rush there. So we're bringing that other leg under, or we can stick it out, it's up to you. We're bringing that foot and we're placing it first on the calf. If we can, we get it right up onto the thigh. And again, we start with the big toe, pinch, pull, give it a little rotate. In one direction, rotate it back in the other direction. Working all the way down. And again, we're going to release that foot and we're going to swap them over. We've always got to do it the second time. So again, lifting them toes up to where they want to go. I'm going to turn this way so you can kind of see what I'm doing with my toes. Now, the similar thing, we've got to still, we want to work, we don't want to think about our knee, our hip, our thigh, everything like that. So we're still working on our toes. Instead of them being all squashed together, which they tend to be when they're in socks, we're going to hold onto the big toe, hold onto the little toe, and we're going to pull them and open them out. Then we're going to go to the next one. We're going to grab that one against the big toe and we're going to open it out. We're going to work down and give the toes a little stretch and another little stretch. Then if we can, we're getting our fingers and we're sticking our fingers through our toes. Now, for men, we won't understand this, but for women, this is what we do when we put we're painting our toes and we put their toe dividers in. But it's also great if you've got crooked toes or toes that kind of overlap each other. If you put your fingers between them and just holding it here, you can move the toes backwards and forwards and it just gives a little massage, again, for the inside of the toes, but it keeps them nice and straight. So again, if they're starting to cross, you've got corns, it helps to straighten out them toes. So, we've done that side, we're going to pull them out. We're going to swap our legs over again. So we're doing the same thing, we're pulling and separating the toes. It's as if we were doing that with our fingers, but it's a lot harder with our toes. We can do it, but they're so far away that most of us don't even think about our toes. But they are our support. If anything supports you, it's your feet. You must take care of them. So let's slip our fingers in between our toes. Oh, look at the time. Come to the end. And again, just wiggle your toes. Try and move them so that you're getting that stretch in between. Now, our feet, while they're in this position as well, there's loads of stuff, so we can give them a massage. I've just seen Tisha come in. Hiya, Tish. She's a NHS nurse. Give her a clap. But for somebody that's on your feet all day, getting them into this position, and you can give them a little work, give them a massage, give them a rub. Look after your feet and they will look after you. So, we're taking them out. Now we're going to see if we can get it into a 4-1. Now this is a killer and I'm not expecting anyone to do it, so have a watch first. You're bringing one leg in. I can't remember if this is my good side or my bad side. One side's my bad side. Bringing the other leg out. Then you're leaning forward and you're sliding them up so that they come in. From there, I can't lift up on this side. So I'll do the other side because I can lift on the other side. I'm much nicer on the other side. So, with this, we're bringing that foot in first. We're taking it out to the front. We're leaning forward and we're sliding it up. Once it's up, we can then start to lift ourselves off the floor. And then flipping it out. So hopefully you had a little go of that. Once you've done it, take your legs out, stretch them out, give your toes a point and a flex. And then let them roll in and out. And again, you'll feel this is just kind of nice and relaxing. The pointing and flexing of the toes and the rolling in and out. Just work them legs, let everything come down. So bring yourself into a cross leg, or you can do half and we'll just do a bit of breathing. So letting your hands relax, let your shoulders come down. On Friday we were doing hummingbird, so I'm just going to get you to do a bit of a hummingbird breath. You're going to breathe in, and then as you breathe out, you're going to make a humming sound. Now with it, you don't want that breath to hurry, so take your time breathing in. As you're doing that hum out, you don't want to get to a point where you're running out of air. You want to stop where you feel you have to, that you feel the throat. But close your eyes. If you can, stick your thumbs just on this flappy bit, on that flappy bit of your ear, and then you're going to place the rest of the hands kind of here like this. Close your eyes, and we're going to do a couple of breaths before I run out of time. So, we're having it there, we're breathing in, and then hum. So I'm going to get you to do 3 cleansing breaths. Breathe in and out through the mouth. And 2 more. And our last one. So thank you all very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Take your time, like I said, with lotus. It is a killer on the knees and the legs. Take your time standing up. Give your legs a bit of a shake. Don't try and jump straight out of it in case the blood's gone from your ankle. I'm going to say hello to a few people. Hello, Bo. Hello, Bobo. Hiya, Tisha. I hope you enjoyed that. Hiya, Ames. Hiya, Sakina. Hiya, Layla. Hiya, Anna. Anna, do the hummingbird. It's really good for you. Hiya, Al. Or did you catch me today? Hiya, John. So I've got a few people here, and there's a few people I'm not, I don't know the names. Hello, daughter. Hiya, Jamaica. Hiya, V. Oh, got a few. Hiya, Michael. Hiya, Shireen. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to lose you in a little while. I will be here tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock for the chair yoga. And then tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. for fitness yoga. So, not flowing. So it will be stopping, starting. So, I will see you all tomorrow. God bless. If you need me, I'm around for the next hour. Give me a shout. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, I've got your thing. There we go.